So recently I came across some shit that had me do a double take. I couldn't believe it. 7 benefits to dating a single mother. Bruh, that's like saying there's 7 benefits to having herpes. There's no damn benefits. You just make do with the situation you're in and hope they come up with a cure to your problem.
So I just saw a comment on one of my YouTube videos, the one about why it takes a grown-ass man in order to date a single mom. In fact, the comment was a challenge. This brother challenged me to name one benefit to dating a woman with children. And while I do love challenges, this isn't one at all, but I shall oblige.
Apparently a dude named Derrick something or other made a video pandering to single mothers about the benefits to dating them as opposed to women without children, because otherwise it wouldn't be a benefit he's claiming is solely with single mothers, right? I'm sure we'll have to come back to the answer to that a few times to this video. Anyway, let's see what these so-called benefits of dating a single mother are, since it's not a challenge to come up with some good ones. Keep in mind, this is probably the best list he could come up with.
So the first of several benefits to dating a woman with children is that she likely already is used to cooking without anybody having to beg her because she has a child that needs to eat, right?
Now the first one isn't really a benefit that outweighs the fact that she has at least one child with one other nigga that you now have to help take care of and skip all of the free time and money a woman without children would have. I cook for myself, dog. I don't care if a woman knows how to when I can, and Uber Eats works just fine. Single mothers have no guarantee of cooking because those same apps work for them, and they usually use not having time or energy as excuses not to cook. Trust me, I've been there. So even if a woman without kids doesn't know how to cook, it's not hard to learn if it becomes a problem.
2, she's no stranger to spending within the budget instead of being financially irresponsible, because most women with children, they've had to make a dollar stretch at some point.
Oh God, where do I start with women in finances, let alone single mothers? Aside from the fact that being a single mother is the absolute worst fucking financial decision you can make, especially at a young age, since it's the main factor in the poor community staying poor. Single mothers usually qualify to get all kinds of government assistance and are the main benefactors of government assistance. Single mothers have the most bills and are usually broke as fuck because of those bills, and the incentive to stay within a certain pay range to be able to receive benefits to lower the cost of those bills or pay them altogether. The single mothers that are usually financially stable and not looking for a man to save them or take care of them financially are the minority. So this is not a benefit you can expect or look forward to automatically if you date a single mother at all. There are actually single mothers who use their children as an excuse not to pay for things and guilt men into paying for their children. The act of being a single mother is an irresponsible decision in many ways and can be done for selfish reasons rather than for the child. So I'm gonna have to call bullshit on this financially sound benefit.
The third benefit to dating a woman with a child is, she's the least likely to be running in and out these clubs every day of the week.
Although this may seem like a logical assumption about single mothers, to some, I wouldn't be so quick to give them that benefit of doubt, man. Since I know he has no proof of this claim beyond his own experience, I'll also use anecdotal evidence to assert the opposite. They be the main ones in the fucking club looking for another man and trying to escape their children. Of course, women will never admit this because they are terrible at holding themselves accountable, and society does nothing to hold them accountable. Single mothers will find a way to go out and get some dick if they want it. And motherhood does not deter a lot of these women from enjoying their youth and younger years when they still have their body and sex drive in their 20s. What you can rely on more than her not going to the clubs is her not having many friends or time to herself that enables her to have a life outside of her kid and you. Most single mothers flock together, and if it's one thing I've noticed, it's that single mothers tend to be more insecure about their man going out without them than women without children. Now I have as much evidence as Derrick has of his claim to prove it, and don't claim mine should be accepted as truth as a general statement. But who would you honestly think is closer to the truth when it comes to general statements about single mothers in this instance? Better choose wisely, nigga, or you might end up the next baby daddy of a club rat.
The fourth benefit is she's not going to be judgmental like a lot of men and women are, or automatically turned off because you have a child, unless, of course, you don't claim or do right by that child.
I'm not even sure how this is on the list. It's nowhere near a benefit exclusive to single mothers, and single mothers can actually be some of the most judgmental people in my experience. They use men not wanting their ass as an excuse to be judgmental and picky about the men who actually want to fuck them. But I don't care to exert my experiences with a specific group of people as a general consensus of that group without proof. So I won't conclude that's a negative of single mothers like he asserted the opposite is a benefit from them. Moving on.
Number 5, you get an upfront preview of what kind of mother she would make to y'all kid.
Aside from the fact that single mothers raise some of the worst little fucking baby's kids.
Wow, where are you guys? We baby kids. Baby's kids?
I'll agree that you can get an idea of how she would take care of the kids you have together. You also get a glimpse into her mindset and ability to be responsible since she has sex with a bullshit nigga and had a baby by him. This idea that women don't know a man is a piece of shit until they have his child and he dips is bullshit. Before you even risk having a child, you should have a very good idea of what type of man he is and if or when he wants to be a father. I refuse to believe women are that stupid and naive that they can't do their due diligence to figure out if a man is worth bringing another life into this world with. I just don't think women take that responsibility seriously and know they have all the help and support they need if they choose to have a baby, regardless of if it was a good and responsible decision. So while you might see that she's a decent mother to her children when she's around you, you still have to consider how far she's willing to go when your life is at stake. Women make the choice for men to be fathers and expect us to be ready whenever they are and accept it with open arms, no matter if it was an accident or you didn't want kids with her.
Number 6, a single mom is likely to either have her own or be in the process of getting her own because contrary to popular belief, if she's getting child support, it ain't enough to live on.
So he's basically just reiterating her financial status as he did before. As I stated before, single mothers are the main people being taken care of by society. And over 4 out of 10 single mother households live in poverty. Child support is not the only support women get. Even without child support, single mothers make more off of government assistance than the average fucking American. They make like twice as much in benefits. So no, they don't have their own. They have what the government gives them, which is too damn much freedom to be sluts and run to the government to fix it. That's their hustle. Derrick is just talking out his ass on this one. I can only assume he probably came from a single mother household or knows a lot of single mothers and has some type of emotional attachment to them to blatantly disregard statistics and studies that show single mothers are one of the worst things to not only happen to the black community, but the first world period.
And since I'm on a roll, I'll give you one more.
Yeah, you on a roll, all right. A roll to fucking disaster of heartache, giving up, tearing that ass up when you want to, and empty pockets. Nah, I'm good.
Number 7, a woman with a child is the least likely to run out at the first sign of trouble or a storm because not only is she invested, so is her child.
Oh, single mothers are the fucking storm. That's why they're less likely to run out. When you become a parent, let alone a single parent, your value in the dating market drops exponentially. There's a lot of baggage that comes with single mothers and a lot of your resources are gonna go out. So if they find a man willing to put up with that and take care of someone else's child or children, well then of course they will try everything they can to keep that going. Men should be less willing to give up the life and resources they worked hard to build just to have to take care of a woman and her children for intimacy or companionship. This misinformation about women sticking around after a loss of a job is ridiculous because men losing a job or making less money than their woman is one of the main reasons for divorce. With over 70% of divorces being initiated by women and over 50% of happily married women having a backup man, I might add. I know single mothers are gonna be like,
I don't need a man to help take care of my babies.
and all that other bullshit. But let's be honest here. I have yet to meet a woman who would allow a man to say, okay, cool. I won't do anything for your child or see it. I'll just see you and still be with that nigga. Let's be real. If she has a child, you will be involved and have to take on some responsibility in that child's life, or you will be shamed and shunned not only by her, but society as well. Even if a woman doesn't need or want your help, and women know that. So all that I don't need your help talk is bullshit because they know they will get you to fall into the daddy role if they use intimacy and your reputation or manhood as bait. If the woman allows you not to fall into the daddy role and just fucking kick it, then that's not a woman you want or have to date.
And again, while having children doesn't make a woman better or worse to date than a woman without, if you think that her having children wipes out every benefit of being with her, then no woman will be benefited by being with you.
Well, first off, the women without children will be benefited by being with me since I'd want to date them. It's pretty harsh, man. To me, it seems like Derrick just listens to some of the things women tell him and takes it at face value to report it as truth to others without considering that they might be lying so they don't expose themselves. Or some of them only operate off how they are and not how things are generally. Some of our own mothers won't tell us their true intentions with our father, like if they were really in love or if he was just the smartest choice for her financially and father-wise. A lot of what he says is based on hearsay and his own assumptions that are rooted in personal experience experiences and secondhand information. I don't feel like he's leading men in the right direction that best suits the man. Instead, he's acting like he's talking to men, but placating to women, most likely for his own benefits for his audience that I'm assuming is mostly women, and encouraging stupid ass behavior that lacks accountability, like being a single parent. I'm sure if he ever sees this video or responds to people disagreeing with this video, he'll just say he wanted to make something positive for single mothers since everyone's so negative. That may seem noble, but single mothers are mostly single mothers by choice and did not do anything noble or moral to get the praise. Being a single parent by choice is a negative, period. And there should be no encouraging women to think being a single mother is acceptable or normal, and that men that prefer women without children aren't quote unquote real men. Successful single mothers who really have their shit together and enough to offer a man who also has his shit together are far and few between. So I would never encourage men to settle for that situation and risk his resources and happiness. Men need to recognize our worth and stop settling for the nonsense women think is okay because they are the deciders in relationships and parenthood. Don't be so desperate for a relationship that you accept being second, which is what you will be in single mother's eyes. The child will always come before you, and if you try to take time for yourself to be with her, she will guilt you for trying to take away her precious time from her baby. Don't let shaming language, like what this dude is using against men, deter you from having standards and things on which you're not willing to compromise, because you know the juice won't be worth the squeeze, no matter how much they try to dress it up as something that is okay. Dating a single mother is like having sex with a beautiful woman with a stanky pussy. It might look good on the surface, but no matter what you do, that problem isn't going away. And depending on how bad you want it, you might be able to make it through, only to feel betrayed and dirty at the end. This is Red Outlier, and I appreciate you watching the damn video, man. Have a good one.